Judgment here. I thought I'd make a video just showing you the various Diablo sets, and this is the opening screen, and here are all my set characters, and they run from in alphabetical order. Sets M is on A, and the last one is Sets Sorc A, and the A on the end of the name means it's the first character, and they do in fact go up to Sets B. Those ones aren't filled yet. There's my main character Sigma, with whom most of this equipment is being collected. So I thought I'd show you the sets and also make a quick commentary on how these sets are being collected and why I've bothered to do it. So here we go with the Amazon. So this Amazon here has not only Amazon sets, but also some other sets, basically because I could sort of fit them in here. So if we just go through all the sets on this character, there is the Kiverb set, the weapon, the amulet, and the shield. There is an Arctic set, the armour, the weapon, the belt, and the gloves. There is a Vidala set, which consists of the boots, the weapon, the amulet, and arguably hardest to get, the armour. Now the armour is a low treasure class item and can be quite hard to get because you rapidly advance past the spots where it's most likely to drop. But there it is there. There is also the Mavina set, consisting of the armour, gloves. The difficult part is the helm, the diadem. There is a belt, and there is also the weapon, the bow. Just because there's room on this set, there's also a disciple set consisting of the gloves, the armour, the boots, the belt, and the hard part to get is the amulet, the telling of bees, and it took a long time for me to get just one of those to drop, and I've now in fact completed the set 3 times, but that was a hard one to get. Okay, here's an assassin, and on this, or on assassin characters, I'm going to start with the, let's say the Natalia set. There are the boots, the helm, the armour, and the much rarer part is the weapon. Now, like the Disciple set, I've also managed to complete this 3 times, and I was astonished to eventually have the weapon drop 3 times, but there it is. Also on this set there's a Death set, consisting of the gloves, belt, and weapon. There's also an Angelic set, consisting of the armour, the weapon, the ring, and the amulet. There is a Tancred set, consisting of the amulet, the armour, the helm, the weapon, and the hardest part to get are the boots. These are only a treasure class 3 item, and I have enough of them now, but I had to run a number of cow games to try and get them, because the most likely monster to drop the Tancred boots is the Cow King in normal level, and I was very fortunate to get about 3 pairs in about the first 20 or so tries, because the odds of getting the Tancred boots under the conditions under which I was trying to get them are about 1 in 140. but it's a hard item to get except off the Cow King. The odds rise dramatically once you go outside the Cow King level. And finally there's an Ice and Heart set consisting of the shield, the helm, the weapon, and probably the most common set drop in the game, the armour. In my opinion, it'd be a toss-up as to which one is the most common, either that or Cathan's Mesh. Okay, here's a Barbarian. On the Barbarian, I have a set of Bloodfist gloves that I put there by Go Mule. That's just to help the character advance. We're not up to level 9 yet. But for sets, there is a complete Sorceress set consisting of the belt, the boots, and in particular the shield, and note the plus 10 to strength. Okay, that means by the time you get to level 3, your strength goes up by 10. With another couple of levels, you can then also equip the entire Berserker set, consisting of the weapon, armour, and the helm. And in fact, I think this character is only at level 6, still has 13 stat points remaining, so it's quite easy to equip with those two sets on a Barbarian and run both of them at once. In addition to those two sets, I have a Saigon set consisting of gloves, armour, helm, boots, belt, and shield, and again probably a very easy set to complete. There is also a Bull Cathos set, and that's only 2 weapons. The Colossus Blade and the Mythical Sword. And there is finally one of 4 complete Immortal King sets I've found down the years. There's the weapon. The hard part to get's the armour, and I was astonished I got one, the first one, and got another one a couple of hours later. I have 4 complete Immortal King sets. There's also a belt, a helm, gloves, and boots. Here's a Druid. On this Druid I have put the Elder set, again one of three I think I've got, consisting of helm, armour, weapon, and the boots. Now the boots are one of a number of set items that can give the full 40% faster run walk, and the others are the Sanders boots, the Natalia boots, and the boots from the Immortal King set. Now that's the only Druid set there is, so on this character as well I've put a Hwanan set. Now there's Hwanan's Justice, one of my favourite mid-level mercenary weapons, with its big damage and attack speed. There is the armour, helm, and a belt. There is also the Heaven's Brethren set consisting of the shield, armour, helm, and the weapon. There is an Orphan's Call set consisting of the belt, gloves, what I consider to be a well-known helm for its high percentage of crushing blow, again something I'm inclined to put on Act 2 mercenaries, and a shield. That's the highest blocking percentage shield in the game. Unfortunately nothing much beyond that really. Pity it doesn't have big resistances. And the other set that's on this character is a Cow King set, consisting of the cap, the war hat, the helm, the armour, and the boots. Now I have 2 other armours, but I don't have either the boots or the helm, and I should say that the Cow King set is the only set that I've completed once. Every other set I've completed at least 2 times. I've kept up to 4 copies of each set, say for the hard sets to get like Immortal King and the Tal Rasha set, but I don't know how many times the Saigon set would have been completed if I'd bothered to collect everything. Here's a Necromancer. Now this Necromancer, I intend to put just nothing but Necromancer sets plus odd set elements that I think are useful to other characters, and that's particularly the fast run walk boots and things like the Natalia Helm or Hwanen's Justice, for example. But the Necromancer sets on this character are the Infernal Tool set, consisting of the cap, weapon and belt, the Sanders set consisting of the weapon, another cap, gloves and the boots. Now they're one of my favourite low level boots. The boosts to strength and dexterity are handy apart from the faster run walk. It does save you a couple of levels of stat points once you can equip them. And finally the Trangul set, consisting of the helm, armour, belt, the gloves often used by other characters for the faster cast rate, and the shield, which I think is the hardest part to get of it. I have to say, in all fairness, I'm not a huge fan of the Trangul set. I've never actually used it in full on a character, but I don't like the idea of having a casting delay merely because you happen to have completed a set. Here's a Paladin. Bit of spare space on this character too, but on the Paladin I've started with the Paladin sets of the Miller Braga set, consisting of the helm, shield, a very common drop, the armour and the weapon. And the other thing I've managed to collect twice in full, much to my surprise, is the Griswold set. Now the armour's a very common drop, but the shield, helm and weapon quite rare. And if I can get the shield once more, I will have in fact completed the set 3 times, which I find quite astonishing in single player, but that's where I'm up to. Now also on this set is probably my favourite low level set, and that's the Iratha set, consisting of the amulet, helm, gloves and the belt. Now the reason why I say it's one of my favourite low level sets is it has excellent set bonuses, and I would suggest people have a look at them. The set bonuses on the Iratha set could possibly last you past nightmare level, but certainly through normal level. And finally on this character, a Cleglaw set consisting of the weapon, the shield and the gloves. Now I can't recall what the set bonuses are, but the strength there of 50 high is very high, and also the dexterity of 39 very high. In fact, I would imagine would be impossible to acquire by level 4, but you may equip it at a higher level if you thought the set bonuses were worth it. Finally, a Sorceress. Now there are 4 Sorceress sets, much to my surprise. So I'll start with those. Let's start with the Cathan set, consisting of the armour, again a very common drop, the weapon, the ring, the amulet and the helm. The other low level Sorceress set is the Arcana set, consisting of the weapon, helm, armour, and the hardest part to get, I think, is the amulet. So there are the two low-level Sorceress sets. Here's one of the high-level sets, and that's the Nausea set, consisting of the weapon, the helm, and the armour. Now again, I don't know if I've ever seen a sorceress using the Nausea set, but arguably necromancers could use it as well. Certainly it's a fair damage weapon, but never seen anybody using it. Now the other high level Sorceress set is the Talrasha set. So there is the armour, well known for its magic find. The helm's a common drop. Also again a reasonable item to put on mercenaries with the big lifesteal and booster resistances. The weapon, the belt, also a booster magic find, and the hardest part to find is the amulet. And again, I've completed 4 Talrasha sets, and I'm surprised I managed to get the amulet that often. And because there's room on this character, I've put a Sazabi set consisting of the helm, the weapon, and the armour. Now an Act 5 Barbarian Mercenary can in fact equip the entire set, and one of the full set bonuses is 40% faster run walk, and I think about 15% lifesteal. So an Act 5 Barbarian Mercenary there, I've run it through with a character called Castaway, a non-summoning necromancer, in effect a casting necromancer. And I have to say I wasn't entirely happy with using the Sazabi set, because on hell level games just didn't do enough damage. And finished up, I equipped that Act 5 Barbarian Mercenary with other equipment.